Uh,
We're
we're,
live
we're alive
again,
on the planet Furon.
and I have no idea what we're going to talk about.
Everything. I was
I
gonna say
don't know.
though, continuing what I was saying a second ago, I rewatched The Amazing Atheist's very first video entitled Rant 1, which I believe it's on his channel, but another user uploaded it. I love how in the very end of it, he's like, this is back in 2006. He's like, I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers that always posts all the time. I might do one or two a week, and like, and maybe not even that. Like, yeah, I see how far that went.
Uh, TJ, I don't mind the guy at all. I mean, I watch his videos sometimes, but there's sometimes it's just like in his last video, he was talking about like stupid people who are against gay marriage, and one of the comments he reviewed was obviously someone being facetious, and he took it seriously. And it's like, TJ, you're slipping, dude. You couldn't tell the guy's fucking trolling.
He actually, little do many know this. I mean, Andrew and a couple others know this, but TJ actually, in a way, saved my life in 2009, 10ish because if it weren't for if it weren't for his videos and his words, probably would have offed myself because
Why?
I guess I can go ahead and talk about this. Pretty much, I don't remember much of my life from 2001 to 2009, 2010 because of I was falsely diagnosed with ADHD a long time ago, like the beginning of the 21st century, 2001. I don't know why I didn't say that, but pretty much I was falsely diagnosed with it because in the 90s I was a kid who was always outside, and I just, I was a kid. I'd like to do kid things, run around, ride a bike, and all that shit. But my mom in 2001 got with this dickwad asshole piece of shit, and I can just keep throwing synonyms out for that. But he didn't want me to go outside. He wanted me to sit inside all day, and I wasn't sitting still enough because I wanted to run around and be a kid. So therefore, he got with the school, and they also noted. I guess the school at that time noted that I wasn't sitting still in class. But so pretty much they went to a doctor, which the first doctor they went to, which was my doctor since I was born, said no, I don't have ADHD, and I'm way too young for that to even be an issue. So they didn't like that answer, so they went to a clinic doctor, which is the worst fucking idea possible. Oh yeah, he's got ADHD, and I was put on Ritalin, Risperdal, and throughout the years, just like 10 or 11 different drugs, and I got tics. I just got so many negative medicinal side effects, which causes memory loss and a bunch of other things, such as on top of the abuse that I faced from that guy, I also got PTSD Form 2, which if you want to know what Form 2 is, it's traumatic flashbacks in the dreams. I don't get them like some people if they see something that triggers something all of a sudden. I don't have that. It just happens in my dreams. I and before and I was told this by a psychologist, but
So what led you to want to kill yourself?
oh yeah, sorry. Um, just a lot of the depression I felt because I mean around 2010ish, my mom had pretty much gotten finally away from that person because he treated us like shit for 7 years, and then afterwards he went away for like 6 months, and he came back and apologized, and then out of nowhere he became a devout Christo fuck, and I mean Christo fuck. Judges me left and right, I just says I'm pathetic and all that type of shit in the school. I was constantly bullied around here because I'm an atheist, and well, actually around 2010 I was an agnostic type person. I really didn't understand much, and I was looking into things, but I listened to punk rock music and metal, and didn't listen to J-pop back then. But I was so different from all the rednecks, so I was constantly bullied, and I was used by girls, and I was told I was ugly all the time. Just a lot of bullying and harassment happened, and I just really didn't have anybody. Plus, throughout middle school, I there's a lot of shit piled up on me. Plus, my mom forced me into church, and the bullying was actually even worse there. I wonder why.
So all of this accumulated over time, and you felt like it'd be better off dead. And then you saw TJ's video, and it.
My first suicide attempt, which was it's a wonder I clicked on his video because in 2008 I saw his video disproving God, which kind of blew my mind a bit. But really, I mean, I watched it, but I just didn't really, it didn't click because I didn't know what he was talking about. I mean, I had an idea, but I didn't know what this evolution was. I'm like, oh, whatever. In 2010, I kind of went back to his channel, and I'm trying to remember the name of the video, but he did another video, and he's like, everything that I had went through, this video was literally talking about, like, um, there's kids that are just in situations, and just, I wish I could fucking remember the name of the video, but all I know is the words that he said. I'm like, I had, a friend of mine had a gun, and I was pretty much about ready to just shoot myself because I was tired of life, and his video encouraged me to not pull the trigger.
How old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay. And this was just a few years ago then.
2010, yeah, I've had 13 suicide attempts since 2010.
God damn, dude.
None this
They
year.
they put me on Ritalin when I was a kid too, and it made me feel like shit, so I just quit taking it. I don't
Well,
give a fuck what you think. It makes me feel like shit.
nine of my suicide attempts were in 2012, and this is the first time I'm ever going to say this live, and I'm probably going. I need to do a video about this, but 2012 was the nightmare year for me, and it's probably good that I'm talking to you two about this, so that since you're my mates, you're gonna get to know me, and especially if you know what I'm about to say, you'll really understand the way I act and just things like that about my past. But 2012 was my nightmare year, but it started in 2011 because 2011 of August, or my buddy named Scott, he and I in 2011 we did a bunch of dumbass shit as kids, just fucking around at night and just typical mischief behaviors. But in August, I got arrested for stealing candy out of a concession stand. Only they called it burglary. I was adjudicated of a felony, and what I kind of laugh about on the whole thing is, I remember I got put on probation for a year, $1,600 restitution over candy, and
Well, you do. I mean, not to be a dick, but you did fucking steal.
I know, but what I do remember is a lot of the kids that were in there, which a lot of the kids that were not kids, because I was in the teen part, but a lot of the people that were in there are like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I stole candy from a concession stand," and I'm like, "And you're here? What the fuck?"
Yeah, but dude, you stole. I mean, it doesn't
I
matter if
know,
it's candy.
I know, which I don't do that shit anymore, obviously, because I don't want to fuck my life up. But which it's no longer on my record. It was adjudicated of it, so it's gone forever now. Unless I fuck up again, which I don't plan on fucking up again. But probation for me, what was it like? Constant paranoia and fear, and wanting to kill myself every moment of it, and not
You need to
because
get into black metal, man.
and not because I listen to a lot of Billy Talent Black Flag, but not because oh, this sucks. I wish I could be hanging out with my friends. It was much worse than what most people consider probation to be, from my perspective, because my probation officer was just a complete tool. I fucking hated her.
So do you still feel this way about everything?
But what?
Like, do you always constantly want to die and shit? Like,
I feel I'm very much depressed, yes, but no, I don't want to die because I have a good life now. My life today is much better, but the constant fear is every time I do remember every time I'd go to see my probation officer, my mom and her would go into this other room across the hallway, and I'd always have this fear in my head because I'm like, if I did the slightest thing wrong that my mom wanted me to do, like she said, "Hey, take out the trash," and I was a senior in high school and I had a bunch of hard classes and shit like that, so I was always busy studying and shit because my mom would never help me with it. But I just every now and then, I was just out studying for hours and hours. I forgot to do the dishes, forgot to do the trash, just small things like that. And I was always threatened, if you don't do this, I'm gonna tell you all of a sudden you're gonna get thrown in jail. And I never was thrown in jail, thankfully. But I was always told, you need to start doing this stuff. You need to start doing this stuff. And I was on house arrest during this for 8 months. And I'd say house arrest. I don't actually mean literal need of the bracelet type house arrest, but it was verbal. Because technically, during this time, I was supposed to be in jail, but I guess I can say she was nice enough to not do that because I would have fucking died in there. But pretty much I had to keep my grades at a B or an A throughout the entire year, or else I'd pretty much be thrown in jail. But on that, and what I
Is
this is
that
what
still over? Is that still over the stealing the candy?
yeah, it's still over stealing the candy. Probation turned into what I would call a nightmare because you know I've heard other people getting arrested before and they say, oh, I just went to see my officer a couple times a month, maybe called um fuck Armageddon. That was hell. And what I mean by that was just it, goddamn, the constant fear of being thrown in jail over this, and I really just love the fact that in 2011, my junior year, I signed up for the hardest fucking classes possible. So I didn't think to myself, you're gonna go steal candy in a few months and get arrested for it. You're gonna go do that. Nope, that wasn't my intention. Oh fuck no. So I went ahead and took the hardest classes possible because I wanted to make it look good on the record and my grades and all that shit. Econ, which is economics. I had a good teacher for econ, which I wish I would have told him about all this like in the very beginning of it because once on the fourth quarter I finally told him about it. I was like, you should have told me about this sooner because I would have been a lot more lenient and under your situation would be a lot better because he handed out whole assignment after assignment, and I had 8 classes. A few of them were computer classes, which is why I'm a fucking whiz at coding now, HTML and graphic design. But I just had a lot of classes like that. Thankfully, I didn't have a math class that year. I'd be fucked.
So do you
Math
think
doesn't.
all of this kind of ended up helping you out then, like in the long run?
Probation, not necessarily. I mean, in a way it did, but in a way, like how in the last podcast I told you I was a virgin. There was a couple times over probation when I was madly in love with this girl. I think her name was Brandy or something like that. But I wanted her so fucking badly. I don't think I've ever been in love with anybody more than I was with her, other than Christy, maybe. But I remember the first day of actual house arrest probation. I no, it was the first day of school. I was talking to her and she's like, you want to come over to my house later this weekend? I'm like, wait, huh? Uh, Stuttering my fucking ass. I'm like, yeah, sure, sure. All right, come over Saturday.
All right.
So,
Well,
that Thursday was my first meeting with my officer. Guess what? Oh, sorry, you can't leave your house for 30 days because you're new to this. I'm like, ah, okay, 30 days, whatever.
did you just explain that shit to her and she didn't
She
understand or something, or
she get who the probation officer or the girl?
the girl?
Oh, I didn't tell. I told her that I didn't want to say I was on probation because it make me sound bad, so I just said that I was grounded for
Well,
doing something,
well,
which
there you go.
which later on about a week about which is kind of funny on that because about 5 minutes later my buddy's like, you're not grounded, you're on probation. I'm like, shut the fuck up. She's like, probation? What'd you do? I'm like,
Uh, that's a
I
bless. A lot of this stuff that you're like that you're describing, getting pissed off and depressed about, is actually ended up working in your favor because if you don't tell her the truth, she's gonna find out, and you're gonna end up in a worse situation than you would have otherwise.
pretty much she's like, I will. When are you off of it? I'm like, a year from that, October 13, 2012 is when I was off of it. But pretty much, my buddy said that, and I was like, okay, whatever. So a month went by, and my grades, I had C's. I didn't know about the A/B um, policy. C, that's passing 70%. In our school, D's were passing, and many of my mates, they were a D would walk your ass across the stage. So why the fuck not? I
Right.
mean,
Well, as long as you get the piece of paper, that's all that matters.
but I had to have an A and a B. So I brought my report card in, being fucking happy as shit because I got A, B's, and C's, and that was pretty rare for me, honestly. Just didn't know that
All right.
part.
Well, was there any like news that caught your attention or anything from anybody? I'm asking everybody here.
Huh? Uh, what? Oh,
Anything that kind of pissed you off during the week or seemed ridiculous? Something worth talking about? Don't mean to cut you off, but it's like
Well, I was gonna say one more thing, Leonard. One of my biggest fears is I several times a week I have dreams of being re-locked up, and that's very traumatizing to me because I do remember being in the JDC cell, and I wasn't too I didn't know whether I was going to get out of there or not.
All right.
I need to say this. I need to make a YouTube video about this.
Um,
I left quite a bunch out, but it's my memory, dude. My memory does that to me.
yeah. Well, I was kind of similar, like ADHD. Here's some medicine, but I mean, I was only like fucking 9 years old, and I just told these people to fuck off because it made me feel like shit. And I don't know, I just kind of had a different kind of reaction to it all, I guess. I didn't get all depressed from it.
What I think honestly most of my depression is just from the way I was treated in school, and
Yeah, well, I was
the
bullied too and shit, but anyway, fuck them. well,
I do want a girlfriend really badly though. I wish I could find somebody.
well, that's all on you, man. I mean,
I'm good.
My advice is don't wish for it. Just look
I'm
around.
I'm going on Google News to see if I can find anything.
you know, uh, we were talking about it earlier. I mean, we don't have much else to add to it, but VH1 put out this article saying metal needs to expand its horizons, and he started
Woo!
talking shit about metalheads and how we like a certain thing and how that's just mean. Uh, do you ever feel like things that you like, and you see publications come out and say shit like you guys are closed minded or something like that? You just want to tell them to shut the fuck up. Like what would happen with Gamergate, for example.
You
Like
have
you
oh my god. Oh. Sorry, I'm having a fanboy moment. I just read something fucking amazing.
okay?
Okay.
Sega is
All
making a
right.
new. Sorry,
I'm gonna call timeout here. This conversation isn't really going anywhere, so
what?
I'm
Huh?
gonna just go ahead and end it. I'm
Huh?
good. Peace out.
What?
Bye.